Oh, hello, friends. Glenda Mollett here, and welcome to my craft room for some stamping. We're going to get inky tonight, and I am going to make some. Well, I'm not going to make trees. I'm going to make a background to make some pink trees. Let me just pop over to Facebook and see. I'm crossing my fingers that I'm up and running. Oh my gosh, it's working! Yay! Oh, I'm excited. Woo. It has been a long couple of weeks and things have not been working properly in between StreamYard and Facebook. But now, good to go. We've got 2 thumbs up. Now we just need some peeps to follow us, to watch. Hello, Facebook user. Oh, that hasn't changed. Hi, Marcia. Okay, so tonight we are going to do a quick and easy technique that has a wow factor. And then we're going to push all that aside, and I'm going to do the tree background technique in Berry Burst and Blackberry Bliss. And then maybe next week, I will either create a tree card with you or show you a card that I created. But we'll see how it goes. So let me flip you around, and we'll have a look at the chocolate for tonight. I found a new one. So we had some arrows and some Kit Kats. Like these are the ones that I bought after Halloween. But I found a new one. Look at this. Reese's Thins made out of white chocolate. What? I'm in love. So you may or may not know, if you're in my VIP group, then we're friends. And you should know that I am allergic to chocolate. It gives me a migraine, and it's not a pleasant migraine. It's not one of those debilitating, I have to go to bed migraines. It's one of those pain when my head turns migraines. So I tend to stay away from a lot of chocolate, which is not fun. But now and I love peanut butter cups. They have peanut butter cups in white chocolate. Unfortunately, they're not sugar-free, so I can't eat a lot of them. But I have been enjoying them. Hello, Connie. There we go. Yeah, I can't see names tonight. It's weird. All right, so this is a technique. It's called the spotlight technique, and it works with large images. And of course, I don't have a large image. Don't know why, but I'm going to double stamp the Dainty Delights image, and I'll show you how to do this. I've done this technique with my team. This is the original one that I created. And then I did one in Lemon Lolly. It's exactly the same card, just a different color. And tonight I'm going to create one in Parakeet Party. And we're going to turn it into an easel card. Look at that color. Woo! I love color. Okay. The ink is Memento. I'm going to be coloring with light or dark Lemon Lolly, dark Parakeet Party, light Highland Heather, and dark Pumpkin Pie. Those are the colors I grabbed to use. I thought with Lemon Lolly, this Highland Heather would look really pretty. What do you think? Do you think the flowers in Highland Heather are going to look nice with the leaves in Parakeet Party? And you only put color in this little bit. So it's not like I have to color all of these images. What I didn't do is get the embellishments out, so I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to use the Dainty Delights stamp set. Hello, Facebook user. Oh, it's Yvonne. So I'm going to use Dainty Delights stamp set, this big image, and then go to greetings. I'm going to do a thank you card tonight because I'm in desperate need of a bunch of thank you cards. I had to send out so many thank you cards this week that my box of card stash is almost empty. Okay, these are the Deckled Circle dies. If you don't have the Deckled Circle dies, you need to get them because they're carrying on. I'm going to continue using them. But you can use the stitch circles from, oh my gosh, something shapes. What are those? Stylish shapes. Or if you've got the layering circles, you can use those. You can use squares, you can use ovals, you can use rectangles. It doesn't have to be circles. But I'm going to be using number 4 and number 5. And when I when I tell you the number, I count from the center. So there we go. Alrighty. So these are in the mini catalog, which is retiring at the end of December, but these are not retiring. They're not going to be in the catalog. You'll only be able to see them online, which I think is bizarre, but anyways, I think they were a big hit. All right, so comment and tell me what you think about these color combinations of Moody Mauve, Lemon Lolly, and Parakeet Party. And while you do that, I'm going to get my bits out. So I'm doing an easel card. So I've got 11 by 4 1/4, and it is scored at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. So 5 1/2. Sorry, I can't see my list. I got to get it down here. 5 1/2 and 2 3/4. And then I'm going to fold this over. Easel cards are one of my favorite cards to make. I like them. And they're so easy to turn any card into an easel card. Then I have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 for the inside. And I didn't show you the inside, but there's just a lovely plain floral image in there. And then a piece of Parakeet Party that is 5 1/4 by 4. And a piece of basic white that is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And that's going to be the front that's going to layer onto the front of our easel card. When I make an easel card, I like to have double layers at the part that is not attached to the card. Who is that? Hello, Holly. Then I have a piece of Parakeet Party that is for the big circle. And then we have, I'm going to make an anchor out of this on the inside. This is the Parakeet Party is 4 by 3/4. The basic white is 5/8 by 3 7/8. And then I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals, and that's going to be on the inside. And this is the sentiment. So I have Parakeet Party that is 3/4 by 2 3/4, and basic white that's 5/8 by 2 5/8. And that's going to be there. Now that may change because I think the thank you stamp is a little bit shorter than the happy birthday one. So we may end up cutting that off, but that's okay. All right. And then of course an envelope. Oh, thank you, Facebook user, for saying that combination looks great. I think so. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is get a stamping paper, because let's move all this stuff out of the way. When I stamp the big image onto my cardstock, it's going to hang off down over the edge a bit. Oh, and I just realized I forgot to get the stamp out for this inside. I'll use that one this time. Okay. Oh, Memento ink. Good evening, Facebook user. Oh, that's Valerie. Yeah, I can't see names again. So if you guys could tell me who you are. The ones that are just joining us, you missed the chocolate at the beginning. I found a new kind of chocolate, and I'm so excited because I can actually eat it. Okay, so we're going to stamp this on this front twice. And I'm going to stamp one up. Now, if you've got a big floral image, you don't have to stamp it twice. I don't have a big floral image to use. I was hoping that my pre-order from the new mini catalog was going to be in today, and there might have been something in there I could use, but sadly it's stuck in Richmond again. I was so excited that it was coming today, and now it's not there. Okay, and I'm going to stamp the second one. Oh, another Facebook user. Hey, Dimity. Hey, we've missed you. Where have you been? Okay, there we go. So have that stamped. Now, while I'm at it, let's stamp. Where did I put the piece for the inside? I put it way over there. Okay, so the inside is going to have this kind of somewhere in the middle, like that. Let's use this block for the inside stamping. And then I'm going to stamp that there. So we'll see where that goes after we get the card together. All right. So what have you guys been up to this week? Did you have a good week? Did you get to be crafty? Don't forget the Share It Saturday post is up. And even if you don't live in Canada, I can still send you a little gifty along with the card. There we go. I'm just stamping this because I want to color that as well. And then on this one that's going to be the anchor, I thought I would stamp these flowers all the way across. So let's see what happens with that. So are you guys look? Oh, Dimity. I hope you're feeling better soon. Oh, cleaning. Yuck. Oh, you guys have spring, don't you? So you're doing spring cleaning. I'm going to stamp the center one. We had gorgeous weather here today. It was just like spring. I had to go and pick the oldest grandson up and deliver him to his youth group this afternoon, and it was absolutely gorgeous out there. Okay, so I just stamped a row of those on there. Now that's off to the side. Okay. Now I got to get myself organized here because I've got a mess. I don't like having a mess. So are you looking forward to going on and making the tree background technique? Now it doesn't matter where you cut this out, wherever you like, and I'm kind of paying attention to the flowers that I want to highlight. And then I'm going to attach this with a couple of pieces of Post-it note just so they don't move on me, and run it through my machine. Most of Australia is summer. We are in the tropics, so looking for, rain. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, we've had phenomenal weather. We usually have rain at this time of the year, but we have had some almost spring-like weather. It's definitely cold at night, but it's nice to have that tinge of warmth during the day. Just don't leave the sunshine. Okay, now this one, I'm going to cut out the Parakeet Party. Now, I've been watching other demonstrators do their videos, and they lift their machines up onto the table and do their die cutting right there in front of you. And so tell me in the comments, do you like that? When instead of me going off camera over there to do my die cutting, if I brought my machine up here and did it. Okay, I'm coloring the leaves in dark Parakeet Party. So these are going to match the colors in the card, and the rest of the card is going to be white. Whereas these ones, I did colored bases on them. But I didn't want to dilute the color of the Parakeet Party because there's something there. It's such a gorgeous, rich, bright green. Oh, Yvonne doesn't. I had to stop coloring. It's beneficial maybe for new crafters. You're right. It could be. I find it a little disconcerting when I'm watching a video and they have it zoomed in like I have it zoomed in now for coloring and making, and then they bring their machine in. It's so close to the camera. I wish I had the ability to zoom in and out, but I do not. Okay, we have the leaves done. Now, I have to find out what, this is the hard part, is figuring out what is what. So those are not leaves. Okay. Next, I'm going to do the Highland Heather flowers. Oops, Yvonne here meant to say, I don't mind if you do not do it on your table. Ah, thank you. Oh, somebody would like to see me die cut. Well, I could do that. Because this is about what you guys would like, not what I like. I don't like the fact that I can't talk and color at the same time. I have a friend who does coloring classes online. I don't know how she talks and colors at the same time. There we go. And a little bit up here. These flowers are not big enough to do a lot of blending. So I'm just choosing to do just one color. But if you wanted to, you could definitely take the time and blend and color and make them really pretty. I think I'm going to do those ones yellow. It just seems like we need some yellow in here. Some lemon lolly. Somebody else says I don't need to watch. So maybe in my Facebook page, I should start doing the cutting in camera. And on my VIP group, leave it off to the side. That way, I'm kind of doing both at once. Right? All right, here we go. Those are some lemon lolly, and now I've got the dark, I missed a leaf, dark pumpkin pie, and I'm going to go in and do the centers of the flowers. Like that, just dotting them, because I don't want to have too much color in there. And then these, we have something like this here in Canada, and they are a dark rust color. So I'm thinking that's what this is. So I'm making it pumpkin pie. But I did miss a leaf, so I've got to get my, where was that leaf I missed? Oh, there it is. I missed a leaf right there. There we go. And that's it. So now, who's that said? I'd like to know the names of these people. Marcia wants to see, and Dimney doesn't need to. Okay, get some Wink of Stella. And we'll do the flowers. Because you can never have enough Winky on a card. Well, you can have enough Winky, but every card should have a little, at least a little bit. So one of the new things in the upcoming catalog is a tool bundle, and I'm so excited. Do you remember a few years ago I did that tool bench card? I'm going to be able to do that again. Just wait. Okay, so now this goes on here flat, just with stamp and seal. And by putting this on another circle, you're hiding that die cut and highlighting your spot even more. And then you just kind of got to figure out where it goes back in there. So it's going to go back in there just like that. And I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals, but we have some other stuff to do first. We're going to put this piece onto the Parakeet Party piece. And I think I'm going to do just a little bit around the hole too. I don't want it lifting up. There we go. Okay. So hubby and I started the next season of The Crown tonight. I was so excited to see it finally on Netflix. Okay, there we go. Now this is going to go onto here like that. So I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to flip it over without moving it so I can mark it where I'm going to put the adhesive. You guys watch The Crown? We're kind of interested to see how they're going to handle Queen Elizabeth's death. Now the season started out, they're doing the lead up to Diana's accident. So it's going to be kind of cool. There we go. So there's the front. Oh, I love easel cards. They're so much fun. Do you remember where you were when you heard about Diana's passing away? I do. We were in Browns Bay on Vancouver Island, up by north of Campbell River, because we were in the middle of our trip bringing our sailboat down from Kitimat to Campbell River to move to Port Alberni. We had to sail our boat down with our friends. So that's where we were when I heard about her passing away. Okay, I'm kind of trying to figure out here where I'm going to put this. Where does this go? That goes there. So that's going to go right about there. Melfort, Saskatchewan with my son at a hockey camp. Oh, that was Brenda. She remembers. She remembers. It was a sad day. It was a very sad day. Okay, I have my sentiment piece, and I'm going to make a card. Dimity says, Phil and I were on our way to a plant nursery in Western Australia. Ooh, plants. Yes, because it was August, wasn't it? I do believe. There we go. That didn't stamp too bad. Well, hello, Facebook user. Hello, Kathy Jean. Yeah, Kathy Jean, I'm not seeing names again tonight, so if you could tell me who you are when you comment, that helps me so much. Okay, so tell me, does this need to be smaller? I'm thinking I need to cut that a little bit. I think it's too big. What do you think? And while you're deciding on that, we'll put the inside piece in. And I'm going to color. I should have done it before I put adhesive on it, but that's okay. We'll do it when it's inside. Volunteering at Salmon Fest. Ooh, who was that? Holly. Oh, okay. So it must have been September then. Yeah, I had forgotten what day it was. Okay, so now we're going to color with the same colors we used on the front. This Parakeet Party on the leaves. I have to go very slowly so I don't go out of the lines, because sometimes I get carried away when I color and I go too quickly and things don't turn out well. I could always get my color lifter and get rid of it. But if I don't do it in the first place, it's not an issue. Somebody said it would be better smaller. August the 31st. Yes. Could have been. I don't remember. Don't remember the date, but I do remember where. So it's started now. We're partway through the second episode of the new season. And she's just started to hang out with Dodi El Fayed. And they're also doing it from the perspective of the photographers, which I thought was quite interesting. They're interviewing a couple of the photographers. Don't understand why photographers have to be like that, but anyways, they have to make a living, I guess. Okay, so there's the colors. Now we're going to cut this down because I don't like it this big. So I'm just going to chop it where I want it. Hopefully it's straight. And then we'll put it onto the green, also known as Parakeet Party. Like that. And chop that off. There we go. Rid of those bits. Get some dimensional chunks because I want this popped up. So my paper pumpkin arrived today. So tomorrow night I will be doing paper pumpkin. Because people thrive on the lives of the rich and famous. Yes, you're right. Some people do. Not everybody does. I don't really care what they do. They deserve to have a life. So tomorrow night, 7:00 on, I think I'll put it over on this side or maybe on this side. Okay, tell me, left side or right side? Which side do you think would look better on? And while you do that, I'm going to get out my brushed brass butterflies. Oh, no, let's use the dragonflies and birds because they're back in stock. These arrived back in stock yesterday. And if you're waiting for some from me, I was able to get them. One bird, two birds, and a dragonfly. Always reminds me of my friend Linda. Right side. Right side, right side. Everybody's saying right side. Okay. Right side it is. My friend Linda used to love dragonflies. And since she passed away, every time I see one now, it reminds me of her. Whoops. Let's not get it too crooked. Nope, still crooked. There we go. The right side it is. Well, there's the card front. What do you think? Do you like that technique? Is that fun? Now, we're going to put this on. So maybe, first of all, I'm going to color these. Because if we're going to have color inside, we might as well have color everywhere. These are a little more difficult to color because they're kind of swoops. They're not really flowers and leaves. So it's all interpretive of where you're going to do your coloring. There we go. And one more. And then get the Highland Heather out. We'll do the flowers. And then I'm going to put this flat on a Parakeet Party piece and then pop it up on dimensionals. Who just logged in? Oh, hi, Debbie. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I don't know whether this 7 o'clock is going to work out. We'll see how many people we have. If it works for... Definitely not going to do 7 o'clock in the summer. We'll definitely go back to 8 o'clock when the weather gets better again. But I figure everybody should be in and done dinner by 7 o'clock in the winter. Well, except Dimity. Dimity's not in winter. She's in summer, but she's in the morning right now, I do believe. Right, Dimity? Is it morning there in Australia? Okay, there we go. Now, put some adhesive on that. Now you can put anything on the inside as your anchor when you do an easel card. Dimensionals. Because it has to be popped up or there's nothing for it to anchor itself against. So have you guys seen anybody do the paper pumpkin kit yet this year or this month? I have not had a chance to look and see, but I am now part of a group of demonstrators who produce a PDF of alternative projects with the paper pumpkin kit every month for our paper pumpkin subscribers. So I think it's kind of interesting. There, up there, I think, because I was going to do it down here, but I don't want the card to, I'd like to see a lot of the card. So let's ask 1 p.m. and I come on around 12, lunchtime. Ah, okay. All right. So should the anchor be at the bottom like that, so the card kind of sits laying down, or so it will be right there at the bottom, or should it be up here higher so that the card sits up a little bit taller? And then this way you would see the writing when it's sitting down there. So tell me in the comments, at the bottom, like this, and then you won't see the writing when it's sitting there, and I call it easeled, or up at the top, and you will see the writing when it's easeled. I have one up and one bottom. Oh, another bottom. Brenda says bottom. Oh, Brenda's the only name I can see. I don't know why I can see Brenda's name and nobody else's name, but you know, it is what it is. Yvonne says lower. Valerie says lower. Debbie says up. What else have we got? Dimity says bottom. Valerie says bottom. Thank you, Val. Eva, hello, Eva, says she loves doing paper pumpkin and put it at the bottom. So at the bottom it's going to be, because more people want it at the bottom than at the top. And it's time to pitter patter because I want to do that technique. So I need to stop nattering and carrying on and just do this. There we go. We're done. And I will stamp the envelope the same as I did the inside. I can't see your name, Dimity, no, because, you know, that's the way StreamYard and Facebook play together. It's not good. Okay, so I need my Winky, but not that Winky. I need my other Winky. All right, I'm cleaning my space because I'm going to bring in the stuff. Here's the stuff. Thank you. Thanks, Marlene. Yeah, I can see Marlene's name. Okay, so I have Berry Burst and Blackberry Bliss, and I just re-inked them. So we're going to have color. 2 blending brushes, white craft ink refill, a piece of plastic. Oh, I didn't get a block. So there we go. I need a block. I need 2 water painters. This one is my water painter to use with white craft ink. And this one is just for water. Okay. Now, if you saw me do this last week and the Saturday before, there's the one I made last week. I haven't cut this one up yet into trees. Do you remember the card, or shall I show you what the card looks like? If I can find it. Because I sorted all my cards, of course. Let's sort them all in. There it is. Good Lord. Do you remember the card I made? There it is. So that uses this technique sheet. And I'm going to do that in pink now. We're going to be pretty in pink, and we're going to play in pink, and we're going to have fun. And if you're going to do this technique, don't forget, don't wear good clothes. I have black on under here, so if I start getting inky, I'm going to take my shirt off, and for my underside. Who said wow? Oh, thanks, Eva. Yeah, if you missed that one, you can catch it on YouTube. There is a link. There is a whole video on YouTube on how to do it. And the link to my YouTube channel is down there in the description. And if you're catching the replay, thank you so much. And there's a lot of information in the description. And if you're watching on YouTube, there's a lot of information. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And while you guys are watching this, if you are enjoying my video, please hit those emojis. Okay, pink first. I'm going to start with Berry Burst. I always start with the lightest first. And we're going to ink up. And you want lots of color. You want to make sure you get good saturation on your brush. And then you just, let me see, got to get into, let me just tip this down a bit. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm not worried about having streaks and blotches, because the more of that you have, the more interest you have in your trees. And I'm not, this one, when I did it, I got kind of straight in the diagonal lines, and I don't want that on this one. And you want really dark, rich color. So I'm just going to kind of not make just streaks. And I'm using the lid of my ink pad just to smooth it out a bit, but you don't have to. You can just go right on, because of the blotches are good. But you do want to make sure you have a lot of ink. But you can go back afterwards and add more if you put on the dark one and you decide that that's not enough. Now, you're probably seeing a bunch of streaks in there. That's good. I don't mind that, because you don't want to have just plain stuff, right? Now, I'm very OCD, and I don't do random. So I'm finding it very difficult to not do straight streaks. That's just the way I am. Okay. See how nice and dark that color is coming? And with the different depths of blotches, this is going to be really pretty. There you go. Now you're probably thinking, oh my God, that doesn't look very good. What's going to happen? You just wait. Just wait. Okay, I'm going to add some Blackberry Bliss. Are you still out there? Are you enthralled? Or are you just kind of, oh my God, not again? I don't want to see this again. Okay, another blending brush and Blackberry Bliss. Doing the same thing, loading it up, making sure I have lots of color. Get this in where you guys can see what I'm doing. Oh, look at this. So I'm going to fill in between the colors, or between the berry burst blotches. And you want to make sure you don't have any white showing. Berry burst is gorgeous, and Blackberry Bliss is one of my favorite colors. You guys like Blackberry Bliss? Go down here. See how I'm getting it nice and dark? But it's not all the same. Different depths of color is a good thing. So this weekend I have an introduction class for a bunch of brand new stamping people who have never stamped before. So we'll see how that goes. Looking forward to. I haven't done one in I think it's probably been a year and a half since I did my last one. Oh, gosh, this is two of your favorites too. Hey, Val's still here. Yay! I know you guys have been asking for the pink trees, so here it is. Now, at the beginning, you saw me flip over my paper towel because if I had have started adding pink on top of the green that was there, it would have reactivated it, and we would have had a muddy mess. Okay, there we go. I'm thinking that looks pretty good. Love the colors. Yes. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with Berry Burst and go over top of where the two of them meet, just to blend it a bit. You know how when you're using Stampin' Blends, it's the same technique. And this will just add a little bit more dark to it and smooth everything out. Cover up any white areas. Add some extra depth. I might have a bit too much Blackberry Bliss, but that's okay. There we go. Ha-ha! It's done. It's done. It's going to make stunning trees. Okay, I just want to put these blending brushes somewhere that I'm not going to get them everywhere. So I'll put them inside with my chocolates. Okay, now step 2 is to dry it with your heat gun. So underneath this, I have, it's just a dollar store cutting board that I found, a plastic one, and it has no slip on the underside of it, so it doesn't move around. And I'm just giving this a quick dry. We could add gold to this too. Okay, now because I've got a lot of ink on that, I think I'm just going to put that off to the side and get some more paper towel. Because you know Blackberry Bliss, it gets everywhere. Okay, there we go. So step 1 is, so this is 6.5 by 8.5. And why 6.5? Because that's the side that fits through the big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And 8.5 because that's the length of the cardstock. And I found that that's a good size to work with. So step 1 was to add Berry Burst. Step 2, add Blackberry Bliss. And then step 3 is to go back over with your berry burst again. And step 4 is to dry it. And now I'm going to add water. And you want blotches. So you can see the blotches, the big blotches that are in there. That's what you want. You want big blotches and some light flicks. So to do that, I have this is a piece of black plastic that my hubby made me for re-inking my ink pads. And I'm just going to use it. Put a little bit. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is gonna be pretty. And the amount of water you put on here will determine the size of your blotches. So if you have lots, you're going to get big blotches like that. If you have a little bit, you're going to get little blotches. But I'm just kind of squeezing it out onto the plastic as I go, because you want to make sure you get blotches over the whole thing, because if you cut trees out of this, you need it to be blotchy everywhere. Okay, let's have a look. I don't know, that looks pretty good. What do you think? Is that blotchy enough? Enough blotches on there? Okay, put the lid back on this. And I'm just going to give it another dry while you comment what you think of the blotches. Is there enough? So I'm only drying this because I want it to lay down flat again. Because I have discovered that you have to let this dry overnight before you use it. Okay, I'm going to take the water off of here. There we go. Make sure there's no color on there. Now, I'm going to take enough blotches. Thank you. I'm going to take the white ink. Now, this is craft ink. And put a blotch on there. You want to have enough that you don't have to add more. There, that'll do. Okay, my paper back in. And now, I hope the lady that wanted pink trees is watching too, Brenda. Okay, so I'm taking my other water painter. This is the one that I used with, I only use it for white because you can't ever get this clean again. Oops, I don't want to put that. So I'm going to put a little bit of water in here. So I'm just squeezing it till the water comes out. You don't want too much because you want to dilute it enough that you can flick it, but not dilute it to the point where it's not white anymore. Okay, now tip that up just a bit so you can see. I don't want to get this too close. So I'm just mixing it on my block, and I'm going to put blobs of it, blobs of it onto my plastic here. Like that, and then just flick. Now, because I'm being aggressive, I'm getting lines. If you don't want lines, don't be so aggressive with it. Just do little flicks. See, if you do little flicks, you'll get dots. If you're aggressive and do big flicks, you're going to get streaks. So do both. And just keep filling that up with your ink. So I'll just do a little bit, some little dots here. And this is why you have to let this dry, because of this white stuff. It takes a long time for this ink to dry. This looks like a night sky, like the Milky Way or something. This would be a cool technique to do with that. What's that bundle called that has the astronaut in it? Here we are. Okay, now this, be very careful with it because it's going to go everywhere. So I'll just pull this one back in. And I'm going to put my stuff onto this old green one. Get it out of the way because I don't want it to get all over my piece. What do you think? It's kind of cool. So then I would dry it a bit, but I'm not going to worry about that tonight. I have to get I forgot. I need my plastic back. So I'm just going to clean my plastic off. Some paper towel, get rid of that white, or some of that white anyways. I'll wash it. It comes off with just a bit of soap and water. Okay, now time to add the winky. So I keep a winky, not that one. Where's my XXX winky? There it is. I keep a winky and I mark it with XXX because I need to get the wink of Stella. Oh, there might not be any in there anymore. Onto the plastic. Apparently I'm dry. Okay, that's not going to work. So we'll take this one and I'll get another one out for use on my cards. Because once you've squished a lot of it out, it goes kind of a gold color. It's not clear anymore. So that's why I keep different ones. But you can see it coming down in the barrel there just by squishing. And then it comes out. And that's what you want. You want a pile of it. There you go. Okay. It's all right. I have like 4 spare Wink Stellas because I don't ever want to be out. Okay, now we're going to take the winky and do exactly the same thing with the winky that we did with the white. And this just adds sparkle so that it looks like lights in your tree or stars in your sky. Or as James used to say when he was like 2 stars in the guy, we used to go out and do night walks with headlights on. You know, those ones that go on your head? And that's what he said, that there was stars in the guy. Okay, put those off to the side and we're done. So there, can you see the wink of Stella on there? This is going to be so... It did come out nice. I agree with you. Where did I put... Oh, I don't have the dies. They're way down the other end. So I can't even show you what a tree would look like. I can show you what a circle would look like. When you take this and you focus in on a little bit of it, it's absolutely stunning. So, refresher on, there's the card. And it uses the green one. So you can see where the blotches are. And this bundle is carrying over. It's going to be available after the catalog retires. So it's the end. Today's the last day for the seasonal sale for inks and paper and what's the other thing? Ribbons and twine. And on the 21st of November, I think it's the 21st, the retiring list goes live for the mini catalog. Yeah, I'm going to have to make this card. Absolutely. I will. I don't know whether I'll do it and show you or we'll do it live next week. I don't know yet. I will figure that out. Oh yeah, Stampin' Blends are on sale. Yeah, ink. So it's ink pads, re-inkers, Stampin' Blends, and markers, except for the bundles. And it's cardstock, designer paper, specialty paper, envelopes, and the white ones, the vanilla ones, and the clear ones. But I think those are out of stock, if I do remember. And ribbons and trim, but not embellishments. And that's from the annual catalog only. There was a lot of stuff on sale. And thank you to those of you who placed orders. I was excited putting all my orders in. Now I just hope they kind of slide through. Unlike my order that's stuck in, says in a government facility. I don't know. They think I'm importing flower bulbs or something. I don't know what their issue is. So is there any questions about anything in the mini catalog that might be retiring, might not be retiring? We've got 4 minutes. I can go through. I make myself a list and then I highlight things I'm losing. So I'm not losing a lot this time, which is good. And then I go through my catalog and I'll just find, I'll find a page that has the 2 different colors to show you what I do. So anything that's retiring, I put blue in, and anything that's carrying over, I write carry over. And I put it in purple. And then if something is on special, like there's some things in here that are up to 30% or 60% off. So this one, the Christmas Classic dies, you can save 10% on those and buy just the dies. But if you want the bundle, it's cheaper to buy the bundle, because if you buy the dies at 10%, then you're going to have to pay full price for the stamp set because it's not on sale. So just warning if you want that. No, I haven't gotten my stuff yet. I know. Who is that? Yeah, I know, Valerie. I've been stalking because I wanted it to come. But I looked last night, I knew it wasn't coming. So, but if you look at the Sending Cheer bundle, the dies are on 40% off. The stamp set is on 40% off. Not the bundle. But if you order them individually, you save 40%. You order them with the bundle, you only save 10%. So if you're wanting to order anything that is retiring, pay attention to the price. Work it out, bundle price versus individual price, or send me a message and I'm happy to help. Happy to let you know which way is the cheapest for you, how to maximize your money, honey. Okay, has anybody got any questions? And don't forget, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on my page and my VIP group, I will be live with Paper Pumpkin. And there it is. See, it arrived. It is called Warm Wishes. I haven't even opened it yet. Who's had? Oh, Dimity, lucky you. Oh. Yes, it's my product purchase premiere from the new catalog. So that's why I've been. Okay, so thanks so much. I'll see you tomorrow night at. Who's that? Oh, you're still waiting for yours too, Eva? Oh, I know. It's like it's life-threatening. But it's really not. And I have to keep reminding myself, it's only stuff. So I hope you can join me tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, for the Paper Pumpkin unboxing. And if you are one of my Paper Pumpkin subscribers, you got the PDF last month, and you'll get a PDF usually about the first week or 10 days of the month by the time we get our tutorials done and the lady that does the PDF does her thing. But it's coming. I'll see you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Have a wonderful rest of your evening and your day tomorrow. And I will stamp with you soon in my craft room. Stamp and smiles. Bye for now.